It's another day with the physicians where your health is our business.
The growth spurt will end. So you are not going to take some drastic measures. But a 10-year-old coming, pressure is high. But also to know that it's not only when your pressure is high that you have glaucoma.
Sugar, and I don't know about any other one, but what do you know?
You're welcome back to the training also on your regular program. Are you aware that good nutrition is fundamental to improving immunity? The immune system is the body's defense against disease and infection, and it has long been established that several factors influence the function of the immune system, including stress, sleep, and nutrition. The World Health Organization guidance on diet, especially during this pandemic, states that good nutrition is crucial for health, particularly in times when the immune system might need to fight back. How well can you rate your nutrition? Stay tuned as we learn from our experts on your regular program, The Physicians. Welcome to your regular program, The Physicians, where your health is our business. Today we'll be talking about nutrition and your immunity. My name is Dr. Martina Agbere, and with me as usual is
Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri.
Dr. Memuna. We're going to be talking about nutrition and your immunity. Does that actually ring a bell?
Always, every time, especially during this pandemic, where we do know that, yes, there's recovery rate, which is high with the COVID-19, but if you have good immunity, it's like a buffer. It helps you fight it, even if the COVID comes knocking. So this is my own mantra. Eat right, adequate, proper diet, boost your immunity.
I think this topic is actually very apt at this period.
Yes,
talking about the nutrition and your immunity.
Yes.
Just imagine what happened. A lot of people, it looks like it is actually the pandemic that actually made people become more aware of their own kind of nutrition. Now you have a lot of people taking fruits, vegetables. In fact, one thing that at least we can actually take home is during this pandemic, a lot of people actually decided to farm. They have,
you are right, greenhousing. Even in my own backyard right now, we have these little bags that we have manure inside. We are planting, spinach, some vegetables that you just can easily just go and pick. A friend has sent me strawberry from Jos. I'm really hoping it grows here like it looks.
I'm actually enjoying mine because I have a little garden also, and I have a lot of spinach there, and you believe even cashew.
Spices. I'm not even joking with that.
The lemongrass.
Really, yes, it's really nice. And
I've even planted
it's an awakening.
The pear.
Yeah, it's an awakening for us. Truly,
the green leafy vegetables. So in the evening, I just go down and pluck. When I'm doing my normal exercises, when I remember that I have that there, I just in the evening. This is what I will do.
Yes.
I just use it cut the vegetable.
And it's therapeutic for me when I go into my little garden and then kind of weed out what is not needed, do the water the little plants there. And for me, it's a time well spent. So it's not just the nutrition and the immunity now, how you even get the nutritious meal, the process, and knowing fully well that what you are eating, you know how it was made. So I think
we have an expert who is coming to tell us actually the importance of how the link between your nutrition and your immunity, your immune system, how it helps. Well, so we'll be back after this time out. Just stay tuned. Ensure you don't go away. back to your regular program, The Physicians, where your health is our business. We'll be talking about nutrition and your immunity. And we have in our studio a renowned guest, Dr. Chinasa Amadi. Dr. Amadi, you're welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Dr. Amadi is actually an internationally board certified lifestyle medicine physician. I'm sure most of us don't even know about that you have that specialty in medicine. She's also a UK certified weight loss coach and a nutritionist. I'm sure you're doing that as a passion. Welcome to our program, The Physician.
Thank you.
Nice having you.
Thank you. You look glamorous. Like, I've been looking at your specs. Like, is she a physician or she is a physician by association? But you're welcome. I love this. You know, just to tell them that the doctors are also.
We can let down our hair, you know.
Exactly.
Right.
And look at the color of our hair.
Let down our hair.
Everything
It's allowed.
It's allowed. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we're talking about nutrition and your immunity. And we're still in the pandemic. It's not gone. Do you want to tell us something about it? So is there any link? What really affects our immunity? How does nutrition affect our immunity?
So, I like what you said at the beginning when you said the immune system is the defense of for the body. It's like a defense system for the body. So, because it's complex, it's not just even nutrition that affects your immunity. How we live, where we live, how we move, how we sleep, how we manage stress, how we exercise, all these as a compound affect our immunity. But then we're just going to talk about nutrition because it's a core part of it's core part of our immunity. And why is it? Because the gut is a seat of the immune system, the gut. And so what we eat affects the condition of the gut.
When you say the gut, explain.
Okay, when I say the gut, like the digestive system.
Awesome.
Let me say that, the digestive system.
So the main man.
Yes, the digestive system is the seat of the immunity, of the immune cells reside there. So what you eat is like how you place the foundation of the house. That's definitely how the structure stands.
Good.
So what you eat determines how strong your immunity is. It has a strong influence to play. You know, there's something we call microbiomes that live and reside in the digestive system, in the gut now. And these microbiomes, they produce a lot of cytokines that help with the protection, the white blood cell defense system, helping with all the cells that are involved in your immunity, keeping you immune from infections
and disease.
Now, you keep eating a lot of processed foods instead of your usual whole foods. I'll come to explaining what processed and whole is.
Good.
But you're eating a lot of processed foods. And, the body knows that this is not natural. So it's not like a good growing ground for these microbiomes. You need to eat more whole foods. Now, what are whole foods? One thing you ask yourself is, how far from the ground did this food grow? How far, when you have the plate on your plate, you ask how far from the ground was this food before it was on your plate. You can imagine you boiled yam and you ate it. But when you start thinking about maybe yam flakes, how did yam flakes come about? You understand? And it's a longer process. So that will tell you that this is a more processed, or this is ultra processed than this. So you need to be eating more of, example, the boiled yam. So you're having your vegetables, for example, like I like when you were talking about the vegetables earlier. It's so good. Those are whole foods that we need to be getting a lot of antioxidants from. And also our fruits. And one concern we always say is, eating healthy is expensive. And I say, eat foods that are in season, eat fruits that are available, eat fruits that are around you. So that way it's in keeping with your budget. It syncs with your budget and you're able to sustain it. Because sustainability is key when it comes to healthy eating. So it's very important. Focusing on a lot of whole foods will improve your immune system. It will improve the condition of your digestive system. And then these immune cells are going to fight for you when an infection comes. So inflammation is a constant process that goes on in the body. But when it now becomes chronic inflammation, a lot of diseases have been found baseline as chronic inflammation. So when it becomes chronic, that means your body is not fighting enough. Your body can't do it enough. So you need to always constantly make sure that your diet is healthy, and all the other components we talked about, managing stress, sleeping, exercising, you know, they all play a compound role.
How in this current dispensation that we are in now, because this is pandemic and it's global, and from what the World Health Organization, they are saying that it may not end at the end of this month. So how do you know you are eating right, you are getting the right nutrition, you are having the, you want to say adequate proper diet, right nutrition? How do you know? Because it's the how that people don't know. For some people, gari, granite, sugar, cold water with ice cubes, to them that is balanced diet. They don't care whatever you are trying to say. So how do you know that you are eating right?
So I'll just take us back to primary school when they taught us about balanced diet. They said it should have all the food groups: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins, and water. So you sit down, you say your granite, your gari is carbohydrate, granite, protein, some fats are there. Now you'll be looking for where are the vitamins, you know, where you get it. Okay, maybe I should have a cucumber beside it to support. After eating, so it now compound the balance. Do you understand? So you have to find a way. That's a way. So always think about all the core components, the core food groups. We know we all know really what those food groups are: carbohydrates, proteins. Everything is important. None should be relegated. There should. Most times we're always demonizing carbohydrates. Like it's a very, I feel for carbs itself. Like I really do feel for it. So, but it's not evil. It's about what kind of carbohydrate are you eating. So as you're thinking about the individual food groups, you're also thinking about how far from the ground did this food grow. Are you eating foods that are more in parks, or you're eating foods that are more from closer to the ground? That should be your goal. So if everything you're eating, your breakfast was in a pack, it came in a pack. Your lunch came in a can, and then your dinner came in a carton that they now wrote rich in calcium, rich in no. Those are things you should run out from. Those are more processed. You understand? So that is a way to, that's a simple guide. Just always ask yourself, can all food groups be represented on this plate? Then, how far from the ground did this food grow? I don't want to call any individual names, you know, but you just think about it. How far did it, you know? Let me take something basic.
I just want to explain that.
Yeah,
How far from the
basic.
ground,
So basic, something like wheat. You know, the usual wheat, and then our semo.
Yes, please explain that, because there's a lot of myths surrounding
Semo
that.
is from wheat. The original is wheat, but with all the bran out, you know, every other, all those good fiber out, and then it's just the white base for us, so it will be fluffy and light in our tummy. But you know what wheat grain is brown when you grind it yourself in the market. It's brown. When you make it, it's brown. That is a whole food. You see, this is a whole food, this is a process. They are both swallows, but this is a whole swallow and this is a processed swallow.
So in this regard,
you go more for the wheat, than the semo.
So from what you have said at the beginning, you talked about everything happening in the gut. So if you have challenges with the gut, your alimentary system, it means your immune system will be affected, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you want people that actually have, let's say, that use medication for weight loss? How does it affect them? Because for weight loss, most of them don't even eat. They rather use medication so they don't eat. It fills them up. And some people use laxative. So what is your advice? What do you want to say about that?
You know something with using of this laxative, you cause something we call dysbiosis. So bacteria that are supposed to be living here, you send it to go live in this other side. Those are things. Then it's just like example E. coli. E. coli is it's normal in other parts, but when it gets to the urinary tract, it becomes a pathogen. It becomes something causing disease. You know, or even something like staph that is normal on the skin. It now gets into another part of the system and becomes, so what I'm trying to say is all those things, they cause dysbiosis. So you're sending bacteria from one side that is living there happily and to go to another side, and it now starts causing a form of disease. I never recommend that for weight loss you take any form of pill or you take any form of tea or anything. I always recommend a whole food, whole food, predominantly plant-based. Why? Because it is more about sustainability. Can you do this for the rest of your life? When you're 60, and take for example your woman, and you're menopausal, and at that time the fat decides to save just around your midsection, you start taking pills again at 60? Will you do that at 70? You know, you have to think about, can I do this for the rest of my life? If I can't do it for the rest of my life, then I have to think about ways to do something that is sustainable. So they're taking those pills, they are putting themselves at more risk, of course, for their immune system with those microbiomes that should be residing there, causing a lot of distortion, and it's definitely not something that I would advise. And intentionally taking laxative like without medical prescription is not recommended either.
Wow. Muna is not recommended at all.
Because it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
So the reason why it is not good, is it because it's not going to be sustainable?
No.
Or the health? How about the health?
The health, of course. Like we always know that everything filters out from the kidneys.
Yeah.
That is one thing we have to function. And like I always tell people that we have 2 kidneys, and the love of your life will not sell his onto you, or her onto you. So it's very important you protect your kidneys. You understand? And protecting your kidneys is any form of reduced toxicity, things that are toxic. You don't know where it came from.
I love that statement. It's getting very interesting. The love of your life won't even sell his kidney for you. We'll be back after. Just hold on. I'm sure you're enjoying seeing what she's talking about. Even the love of your life won't even sell his kidney or give you his kidney when it comes to things like this. We'll be back after this time round. Just stay tuned.
Well, when we are talking about nutrition, we are talking about all those foods we take in. Like we were taught in the elementary days of our education that we have 6 classes of food. Predominantly, we have protein, we have carbohydrates, we have fat and oil.
Nutrition for me is food pattern, the type of food, the nature of food, and how you eat. That's my little understanding as far as nutrition.
Yes, when you eat the wrong food, it tests in your body. At times, that is why you see some people having some sicknesses, because the food you ought to eat at a particular time, you fail to eat it, you'll be showing in your body.
The implication of eating the wrong food definitely means that it will affect your growth.
So we are talking about the right balance. We are talking about the balanced diet, which must contain all the 6 classes of foods. Anytime you are eating, if it doesn't contain all the 6 classes of food, as far as I'm concerned, my own knowledge, then the food is not balanced.
Truth be told, I don't know what the right balance is. I know way back what we have is you need to take fruits, you need to eat this type of foods and all of those foods. But basically, I don't know what the right balance thing is.
Yes, you are what you eat. Whatever you are eating, it shows in your body. People will now say that, yes, this person is not, that some people that use bleaching cream, you go and buy costly cream, but they are not eating well. It is the food that you eat that tells how your body, your skin eat. It is not the cream that you are using.
Yes, you are what you eat. When you eat well, you look well, you live well, you okay.
You've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You think people still eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in this country? I doubt it. Because for me, yes, breakfast comes when I remember, lunch comes. But one thing that I know that is certain is dinner. And dinner between 7:30, I'll prefer having something that is heavy.
You're welcome back. If you are just joining us, you're on to your regular program, The Physicians, where your health is our business. We've been talking about nutrition and your immunity, my immunity. How have we taken care of our immune system? What kind of food are you taking? Processed or non-processed? Dr. Chinasa Amadi is here. She's a lifetime coach. She's actually a physician, and she's been doing justice to this topic. She just told us before we went on break that even your life partner is not likely to give you kidney. That is because maybe you made a mistake in taking some of those laxatives, some things that you could have avoided. Dr. Chinasa, you're welcome back. Now I want to ask you something. Has genetics got anything to do with this? Immunity? Anything?
With nutrition?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I'm going to just make a reference to there's something we call the Dutch famine. There's this study that was done about the Dutch famine in 1944, between 1944 and 1945. You know, studies show that women that were pregnant at that time, the children they gave birth to, because of the famine, you know, there was no food. Women that gave birth that were pregnant at that time, the children gave birth to were slim, like they were malnourished, which is expected. However, grandchildren of those children were still malnourished. They were still very looking very underweight, and they were like, that was where the studies of epigenetics came up. So they now found out that the nutrition changed some DNA. There was a lot of DNA methylation that affected, you know, and it transcended, like it went on to different generations further. So there was a genetic transfer of that change from the family. So that made us understand that there's a relationship between genetics and nutrition. So how you eat affects the condition of your genes, which can also be transmitted to your children and even children's children. And other studies have also shown that, you know, with the father too, the father not eating well, the father not, you know, it can also affect, he can also transfer these genes to the child. You understand? You understand
So is that the reason why they always say pregnant women should eat very well?
No, I don't like to use that term, eat very well, because when you tell them eat very well, oh my God, have you seen them during antenatal visits? They eat everything. And I'm like, no, that is not the point. Still think about the goal, whole food. Still think about balance. Most times they're eating very well, in quotes, and they're eating everything, even when they're not hungry. And that is a problem. They're already putting themselves at risk for chronic conditions, hypertension in pregnancy, gestational diabetes. You know, things that can be very easily avoided it's just that advice has to be, there has to be an addendum to the advice. So we tell them, eat very well. We want you to eat like nutritious food. Let there be vegetables every day. Have your fruits every day. You know, even studies have shown that having as much as 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day reduces your risk of a heart attack by as much as 30%.
I think we need to repeat that to the audience, please. Can you repeat that to the audience?
Having as much as 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day reduces your risk of a heart attack by 30%. So it's not just about even your immunity. You are becoming overall healthier. You're becoming a wholesome human. So you're improving your immunity. All your systems are on top gear, and you know, you're just overall healthier and happier, sort of.
And now let us see nutrition and immunity. How about those that have some health challenges? Supplements. A lot of people have been taking so many supplements. You can have like 10 types of supplements, and you're taking all. This one will tell you, I have this here, I have this here. What do you think what can come out of it? So many supplements.
There are so many supplements, and yes, of course, it's the new market.
Yeah,
it's the new market. But one thing I always say is, it's called supplement for a purpose. Supplement there's something existing. It's like an addendum, like an adjuvant. You're adding on top. So what is the base first? So you're not eating well. You have your soda, party after party, and then you now go and swallow your supplement.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. It's a complex. Like we said at the beginning, it's a complex. So that complex has to be, you have to keep to that complex rule, sort of. You understand? It's very important. So eat right. If you want to supplement, then supplement. Some places, we're seeing studies importance of the zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D. But even while you're taking your vitamin C, still look around for natural fruits. Still go into the sun and get your vitamin D. Once in a while, go take your dark green vegetables for your zinc sources. So while you supplement, no problem. But then make sure that the base, it is called supplement, the base has to be solid
enough. Thank you so much, Dr. Chinasa. And any last word?
Your health is everything. So live intentionally. You know, prioritize your health.
Well, we have heard it from Dr. Chinasa Amadi. Your health is everything. And I will add, place a premium on your health. And you can't get wrong. Thank you so much for coming on our program. I'm sure we will always call you to come and tell us more about health next time.
Thank you very much.
Mumina?
Thank you very much, Dr. Chinasa. This is awesome because lifestyle is very, very important. And of course, viewers out there, this is just the beginning, and we do know that your health is very important. And in the program, the physicians, your health is our business. So place that premium. Don't eat anyhow. Do the right thing. Exercise, go under the sun. You know, make sure that you eat, manage your stressors. All this will help boost your immunity. Don't forget, we are still within the global pandemic, and you know your immunity is very key.
Yes, we are still within the global pandemic, and of course, you can always keep a date with us. Thank you so much for being one of those that watched the program today. I'm sure you actually benefited from it. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We have a whole lot. And if you have been missing in the programs, in the past episodes, just go to YouTube. You'll have a lot there to see. Until next time, we'll be back. Just stay blessed. Thank you.